Hi, my name is J.R. Monks with Squash Blossom Gallery, and I'm happy to be here today and talk a little bit about my work and my process. I was born and raised in Lyman, Colorado on a ranch that I still live and operate. Find time to paint in the evenings and the weekends, especially during calving season. So what I thought I'd do now is talk about a couple pieces that I recently brought in. One of them is a skyscape, and I call this a skyscape because there's only the smallest of slivers of land at the bottom of the painting. 98% of the format is sky. So it is the landscape of the sky, and that's something that interests me very much. This is oil on canvas. It was started on location in the field. The light goes very fast as the sun is going down, so I had to work quickly and then finish it in the studio after I lost the pretty glorious light effect that I had originally. Also, this is a painting that I tend to do sunsets for when a friend passes away. And this particular painting was done for a good artist friend of mine, John Siri Lester. So this has a lot of special meaning, and it was a fabulous evening to remember him, and it was just a great time to reminisce and think about all that he taught me, and it's all sort of encapsulated in this painting here. The next piece I brought is what I call a Candid Portrait. This gentleman was a brand inspector out where I live, and we were actually discussing buying some hay from him, and as he and my father were speaking, I was using my cell phone to capture whatever reference I could of the unique character of his hat and his face. And I chose this particular pose because he's glancing down. And I think everybody has a story, and our story's not always all positive. And as I saw him glancing down, and the old worn out hat, the look on his face, the character in his face, I came up with the title before I even painted the portrait. And the title is Sweat and Serenity. And I think that there's probably been few and far between serene moments in this person's life, but I think I happened to capture one in the moment. And so this is one of the few actual formal portraits that I do. I might do 4 of them a year, and this is one of them in the last year. I normally ask permission to paint people's portraits after I get the reference, because I don't want them knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Most of the people I'm around, they get really nervous, and they're way too shy and reserved to do something like set formally for a portrait.
Right.
So I have to catch them like candidly, and then normally something will pan out from that. And then when I go to them, and in this case I painted the portrait, and I just showed up at the guy's house, and he's got cattle, goats, chickens, donkeys, everything, And I'm walking up to his house, and I say, hey, I've got something to show you, and I flip it around and I show it to him, and he was stunned. He really didn't know what to say, because that was more than he could really handle emotionally, I think.
Yeah.
And he just was real quiet about it, and he really liked it. And I made a print of that painting and gave that to him, so it was pretty fun, pretty special.